Apex Legends has something very unique, and those are heirlooms associated with specific legends. Apex has even begun to release Mythic skins, which are character skins that grant unique finishers in game. With this video, I'm going to cover every heirloom in the game, ranking them from worst to best to help you decide which heirloom you guys should pick once you get those highly sought after heirloom shards. I can also help you guys figure out when your projected heirloom shards should be coming in your upcoming packs. So before we hop into the specific for each heirloom and ranking each heirloom from worst to best, I just wanted to share information with you guys regarding tracking your next heirloom. There is a website called Heirloom Packs Calculator. With this website, you're able to put in how many packs you have earned and opened throughout the seasons to see how close you are to your 500th pack. In case you guys didn't know, you have a slim chance to get heirloom shards with every pack you open, but you are guaranteed heirloom shards for every 500 Apex packs you open. I'll leave the link to the heirloom calculator in the description, and now let's hop into all the heirlooms and mythic skins in the game. So in order to try and objectively decide which are the best heirlooms in the game and how to rank them, I'm going to grade each heirloom from 1 to 5 based on looks, lore, and animations. Although this process tries to objectively rank the heirlooms in the game, I just want to make a disclaimer that the video is my opinion, so if you have any changes or different opinions, let me know in the comment section how you would change this list. So let's start from the bottom, and to me it's Pathfinder's heirloom. Although Pathfinder is an exceptional legend and super fun to play, I'm just not a fan of this heirloom. For looks, the boxing gloves are bulky and almost get in the way when you're trying to rotate around the map, and I feel like they just kind of slow me down. The Fight Night event in Apex Legends ties to this Pathfinder heirloom because before joining Apex, Pathfinder met Victor Maldera, an ex-cop and boxer, and grew close to him. This doesn't directly answer where the gloves came from, but it suggests that he got them through his friend Victor. Pathfinder's heirloom gets 1 star for looks, 1 star for lore, and 1 star for animations in the D tier category. Now next up we have Mirage's heirloom, which is a statue of himself. Yeah, that's right guys, himself. The heirloom makes sense regarding Mirage's personality and his overconfidence in the Apex games, and to me the heirloom is just goofy, and I'm more of a fan of actual meaningful heirlooms in the game. Mirage's animations with the heirloom are decent and pretty funny like his personality, but it's just not for me and just not enough to boost him up on this list. For looks, Mirage is 1 star, his lore is 1 star, and the animations are 2 stars in that D tier category. Next up in D tier we have Bangalore's heirloom. Fitting for this soldier, Bangalore's melee weapon and heirloom skin is a serrated knife with a hook built into the blade. Now lore surrounding the knife is seen when Wraith and Bangalore argued over the ex-IMC soldier's knife, which she took from a pilot during the Frontier War. Wraith wants to decrypt the information inside and learn more about the past, but Bangalore isn't very happy about it. Now to me this heirloom just feels off. In game it feels like it doesn't have any weight behind it, it almost feels fake or plastic. I'm not really a fan of Bangalore's heirloom overall. There's pretty limited animations behind it and the weapon doesn't have any effects when you swing it. Bangalore's looks for this heirloom are 2 star, the lore is 3 stars, and the animations are 1 star. And it makes it in the D tier category. Moving on into C tier, we have Bangalore's newly released mythic skin. You need 100,000 damage to unlock the final tier of this mythic skin to unlock the final form and the finisher. The finisher is absolutely sick and I really enjoy it. However, the looks behind the skin are just so plain. I get that she's wearing a pilot themed outfit. However, I'm just much more of a fan of other skins in the game, such as the Outland Warrior Bangalore skin, especially since this skin is going to cost you $160. I don't really recommend it. Now the best version of me is the level 2 and not even the level 3 version for the skin. The lore is decent around the skin since it's like a Titanfall pilot skin, but for me the looks are 1 star, lore 3 stars, and animations 5 star in the C tier category. After Bangalore's mythic skin we have Rampart's wrench, and let's be honest, we're talking legendary items here and Rampart has a wrench. Pretty underwhelming when other legends have giant scythes and swords. The wrench looks pretty basic, and I know the lore does tie in with her being a mechanic and a weapons crafter. The animations are okay, especially with the bubblegum, but they're nothing really over the top. Rampart's heirloom's look gets 2 stars, the lore is 3 stars, and the animation's 3 stars, and it's a C tier heirloom. Watson's heirloom is an energy reader, and although it is playful with her personality, to me it looks more like a price scanner at a supermarket. The heirloom has some amazing and awesome animations, especially when Nessie makes an appearance. However, the animations can't carry her higher than C tier. For me, the looks are 1 star, the lore is 2 stars, and the animation 5 stars, for Watson's heirloom being in the C tier category. Moving on into our B tier heirlooms, we have Caustic's hammer. The giant hammer has a gas mask emblem on the back. While we don't know where it comes from, we know the Vincent Dynamics is a weapons manufacturing company from the Titanfall series, and lore does suggest that Caustic spent time with Vincent Dynamics, so maybe he got it from there. But one cool thing with the heirloom is that it produces caustic gas when you swing it on an enemy. The heirloom's pretty plain though and basic, and there are some decently cool animations with the gas mask on the back and Caustic drinking his coffee. This heirloom's looks gets 3 stars, lore 3 stars, animation 3 stars. After Caustic, we have Raven's Bite, which is Bloodhound's axe. The heirloom is a one-handed axe with a red edge on the blade. This harkens back to the character's youth after Bloodhound's parents died and he was taken in by his uncle Ardor. Raven's Bite was given to Bloodhound during a rite of passage ritual where they had to kill a prowler that strayed from the path. Now the lore is great with this thing and it's pretty OG and cool, but it's just B tier for me. It's pretty basic because, you know, the looks are 3 stars. It's a pretty cool axe. The lore 5 stars because there's a lot of story behind it, but then the animations for this heirloom 2 stars, making up B tier. Bloodhound's mythic skin reminds me of Alien vs Predator, and the tier 3 grants you the ability to finish enemies with a laser from Bloodhound's shoulder that disintegrates enemies, which it's pretty awesome. You just really don't get to see these skins since you're in first person, and he honestly looks somewhat like a frog. Now this Bloodhound skin that's mythic, it gets 3 stars for looks, 1 star for lore because there's no real lore behind it, and the animations gets 4 stars in B tier. Now the heirloom that started it all is Wraith's kunai. Now don't get me wrong, I love the way the heirloom looks, feels, and spins in game during combat. She even creates a mini void or portal with each strike, which is cool. It symbolizes Apex and its beginnings, but the heirloom is lacking in a lot of other areas, especially the animations. I'll grade the animations a little higher just for the fact that it feels awesome to spin while in the midst of combat. The heirloom kunai she apparently received was given to her by another Wraith from the void when she was tied down by a scientist, and she learned that the voices in her head are the other Wraiths from different dimensions. Now the look for the heirloom is 4 stars, lore 3 stars, and animations for the kunai is 2 stars, making up B tier. Apex Legends' favorite tank wields a custom-made weapon from his ex in his heirloom set. Gibraltar carried around even after his split with his ex, meaning it holds some sentimental value. Little Mouse is carved into the handle. That leads to an inside joke or name between Gibraltar and Nicholas. The heirloom does fit his Pacific Island background, and he has some really cool and fierce animations that fit the culture of places like Hawaii. So the looks of this heirloom gets 3 stars, lore 3 stars, and animations 4 stars. Getting into our A tier heirlooms, we have Valkyrie's spear. Valkyrie has a speak, which is true to the lore of mythic Valkyries. The heirloom looks pretty cool, has some awesome animations while running around and bringing out the weapon, and the animations also include eating a bowl of ramen or paying homage to her deceased father. The looks for the spear gets 3 stars, lore 4 stars, and animations 5 stars. Octane's famous butterfly knife has a green liquid in the handle like he injects himself with. We know that he gets jittery when he's not moving, but the dark side of this heirloom touches the addictive side of the chemical he uses in his daredevil personality. He has some absolutely amazing animations with this heirloom, and they even added the ability to spin the heirloom while running, which I really love. The looks for this thing, it's clean, it gets 5 stars, lore 3 stars, animations 4 stars, and is an A tier heirloom. Lifeline's heirloom is a pair of defibrillator drumsticks. It plays off her role as a healer in Apex Legends. These come from her days as the drummer of the Flyer Liars, which we can see from a poster on Watson's desk. These things make an awesome sound when they're swinging, and the ability to swing these while running and pretend to play the drums is awesome. The looks are 5 stars, lore 3 stars, and animations 4 stars. Finally, we get into the best 2 heirlooms in the game, in my opinion. Revenant's heirloom is a giant scythe, which really plays into his deadly personality. Seeing a Revenant rush at you with a giant scythe is scary, and the build of this thing is just amazing. He also has some pretty cool animations, and the scythe is just scary, just like the legend. It's a little bulky, but Rev's heirloom is top tier. Looks are 5-star, lore 4 stars, animations 4 stars. Finally, the top heirloom in the game in my opinion is Crypto's sword. How the legend wields this heirloom is so amazing and awesome to me. I absolutely love it. Crypto's Bywand blade is unique for several reasons. From the first person perspective, he has 7 idle draw animations for the weapon, which is the most for any legend, and 3 draw animations when he's sprinting. He has multiple inspect animations for the Bywand blade, most of which have him interacting with his drone hack. One animation has the two playing a sword hacking video game, while another has them doing a secret fist bump. This thing is just super cool. I don't personally have the Crypto heirloom, but man, if I was a Crypto main, I would definitely need this in my inventory. The looks are 5 stars, lore 5 stars, animations 5 stars, and is an S tier heirloom. So that's it, guys. That is my heirloom ranking guide. Again, this is just my opinion, so if you guys have any different opinions, let me know in the comment section down below. How did you like this video? And guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Grizzy, and I'm out. Peace.